I'm impartial, Bob, but I would choose Siesta Key.
Yeah, having lived out there for about 15 years out of my 34 down here, the mineral quartz is what makes it so nice out there. Yes, and they have it up in Clearwater too, and it's also up in the Panhandle as well. So there's there's some of that washed there as well. So some areas that do have that fine powdery snow-like sand that we have come to enjoy here along the Sun Coast. We are also enjoying nice sunsets here. Fred Seeger getting this one. Sarasota Bay, you can see a beautiful sunset that is, and we appreciate the photo. Fred always sending pictures in. And Art Conforti always doing it too. Moon River, there it is right there, showing a beautiful shot of Sarasota downtown. And this is some wildlife that was shot today at Palmer Ranch. And speaking of that, you know, alligators out and about a little bit more so than normal because of this warm weather. So keep that in mind. And the manatees are on the move too. Water temperatures are really quite warm considering where we've been as of late. Typically this time it's usually into the mid 60s. So here's a look, third day in a row, record high temperatures here along the Sun Coast. And our high today was not as warm as yesterday, but still 88 degrees. Warm weekend ahead. I don't think we'll see any record highs over the weekend, but we'll still see temperatures into the mid 80s. And then slightly cooler weather to start the month of March. March will come in with a little bit cooler air moving in, maybe back to more seasonal temperatures. I still think a couple degrees above average. We'll be back in the 70s for highs, I think, Thursday next week, as opposed to the 80s that we've seen. And the pollen count remaining high as a result of lack of rainfall around, and the oaks and juniper really causing the problems. That's the top allergens right now, along with the grasses. So that's going to remain high too. The scale goes up to 12. You see that the forecast tomorrow is 10 plus. Now, as far as the rain goes, we could use a little bit of rain to wash the atmosphere out. That has not happened and won't happen really anytime soon. There may be a brief isolated shower late in the day due to the heating of the day, but not much anticipated. You can see from the radar a lot of rainfall, as I mentioned, to the north of us. Flood watches and warnings in effect. New ones just being issued now near Lake Charles and places to the north in Louisiana. For us, no rain around, and we don't anticipate any rain for the upcoming, at least through the weekend. 72 warm degrees right now. It's comfortable out there with an east wind. Our humidity is rather low at 76%. The pressure, though, is extremely high, 30-37. The high today, there it is, 88 degrees. Our normal high at 74, well above that. Current temperatures around town, we have 73 in Parrish, 72 in Holmes Beach, 73 in Palm Air, the same in Bradenton and Bradenton Country Club. Temperatures into the low 70s up and down the coast from Siesta Key to Venice at 72 and Northport and Rotunda all at 72 degrees. So this is the forecast model showing the steady southeasterly wind component around that area of high pressure. Now this front doesn't really advance much. It stays basically to the west and north of us as the high pressure holds firm. We still see that east to southeasterly wind flow with a few showers occasionally, but more rain anticipated from Texas, Arkansas, causing flooding problems all the way into western portions of Tennessee. And you can see behind it that cold Arctic air is causing some freezing rain as far south as Oklahoma and into Texas earlier. These are current temperatures. It's 1 in Minot, 15 in Minneapolis, but boy, the nation's capital, warm today, got up to 80 degrees. It's 69 there now, and highs tomorrow will be a little bit cooler. Some of that cooler air spills in. Temperatures in the 20s, though, and teens over the northern plains and throughout the northern Rockies. Long-range model forecast continues to show us in the 80s every day, but then eventually as we get into March 1st, though, we'll start to see slightly cooler air move on in. For boaters, not much to worry about out there. Seas will be running 1 to 2 feet with a light chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature now pretty warm, 74 degrees. And as far as the 7-day forecast goes, it looks to be pretty warm. In fact, about 10 to 12 degrees above average through Monday, and maybe just a little bit cooler come Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. By Thursday, though, we should be back into the mid 70s for highs. Jacqueline?
Okay, thank you so much, Bob.